All right, so we're diving deep today, folks, into what it really takes to win on YouTube in 2025. I got some really interesting source material here from a YouTube expert
Mm.
who claims the algorithm is undergoing like a massive shift. And that shift, they say, is actually great news for smaller creators like maybe even you listening right now.
It is exciting. Think about it, your content, not buried under the weight of those huge channels.
Exactly. And that's precisely what we're going to unpack today, so we can all understand these changes and see how to actually use them to our advantage.
And the coolest part, this isn't about tricks or hacks. It's about really understanding how YouTube itself is changing and then adapting your strategy.
Okay, so let's start with the algorithm itself. The expert here uses this analogy of, get this, a refrigerator,
Yeah.
which I kind of love. So picture this. You open your fridge, right, and it's just wall-to-wall Coke and Gatorade. That's kind of how YouTube USED to be those big names, just hogging all the homepage space.
Yeah, and it was really tough for smaller creators to break through that, right? But now imagine YouTube took that fridge and rearranged it. They're putting like smaller, unique brands right up there on the top shelf next to the big guys, giving them a chance to actually be seen.
So it's like YouTube is actively, like deliberately trying to showcase fresh content and new stuff.
Yeah, and it's all based on how people engage with the videos. They test out smaller channels by showing those videos to small, targeted audiences. And if people watch, if they engage, if they actually CLICK to watch more, then YouTube expands that video's reach.
It's like that snowball effect, right?
Sure.
Start small, but if it resonates, boom, thousands, millions even.
Precisely. But this is where strategy comes in, because you still got to have really compelling content to take advantage of this whole shift. This expert highlights count them, four key elements that honestly you just got to nail their make or break stuff here.
All right, hit me. Let's dive in. So
Yeah.
first up, video titles. I mean, this sounds basic, but the expert claims so many creators just mess this up.
They really do. It's true. See, your title's got to do two things, right? It needs to be what they call searchable, using keywords that people actually type in. But it's also going to be discoverable, meaning it grabs attention right there on the homepage, even if someone isn't actively searching for that topic.
Okay, so it's this balance, right, between appealing to the algorithm itself and appealing to us humans.
Exactly. Say you're a fitness coach. Just a generic title like how to lose weight, not going to cut it. But what if you said how to lose weight without giving up pizza? Keywords are there, but now you've added this like intrigue.
I see what you mean. It speaks to a specific desire,
Yeah.
right? Like losing weight without sacrificing something you actually enjoy.
Exactly. Or another example. Instead of Instagram marketing tips, try 5 Instagram hacks that doubled my followers in 30 days. You're still hitting those search terms, but now you're highlighting a specific desirable outcome.
It's like showcasing the value proposition right there in the title itself.
Yeah.
You're not just offering information, you're offering like transformation.
Yes. Think about your ideal audience. What would actually make them click? Numbers, how-tos, specific results, those all make those titles way more compelling.
Okay, title, mastered. Next up, thumbnails, that visual hook.
Huge, right? Imagine your video is about, I don't know, some budgeting hacks that saved you $500.
Hmm?
What image really conveys that instantly? Maybe a bank statement with a massive balance increase or a graph just shooting up.
It's about like visually representing that key takeaway.
You got it. And keep it simple. 3 elements max, maybe your face, some text, an icon. Oh, and don't forget emotion. Surprised expression, excited, that really pulls people in.
Okay, so less is more and emotion is key. All right, we've got the title, the thumbnail, they're working together to get that click. What about the video itself?
This is where structure comes in, and those first few seconds, critical. You got to have a hook that grabs attention immediately, or viewers are bouncing, gone.
It's like a first impression, you got to capture their interest right away. What kind of hooks work best?
Well, there are a few formulas. Provocative question. Always good. Like, what if I told you that your resume is actually scaring employers away? Bam, instant intrigue.
I'd keep watching for sure. What else works?
Surprising statistics, something like, did you know 73% of couples regret this one thing on their wedding day? People love numbers, especially if they're unexpected.
You got to spark that curiosity, right?
Definitely.
Make them go, whoa, I got to hear this.
Exactly. Or paint a picture of their dream scenario. Like, imagine walking into your office next month and your team's productivity has doubled, but without working longer hours. Who wouldn't want that?
All right, so we've hooked them. How do we keep them watching?
That's where the rest of your video structure comes in. After that hook, Preview what's coming. Think of the 3 main questions your viewers want answered based on that title and thumbnail, right? Tell them you'll be addressing those.
It's like give them a roadmap for the video so they know what to expect and why they should stick around.
Right. And YouTube is really loving long-form educational content these days. Viewers want depth, insights.
That's awesome for creators who are passionate about their topics. But it still has to be engaging, right?
For sure. Tell stories, share personal experiences, use examples, anything to make it relatable.
It's about bringing that content to life. A good story or a solid example can make information way more memorable.
And don't forget your personality, right? People connect with people. Let your viewers see you, what you're passionate about.
Building trust, authenticity. Let people get to know the real you. So we've got the hook, that sneak peek, the content itself. What's the final piece of a successful video structure?
This one might surprise you. It's how you end the video. And I'm not talking about like a traditional conclusion.
Okay, what do you mean? Do you want to wrap things up, give people a sense of closure?
You'd think so, but as soon as a viewer senses that ending vibe, they're OUT. They got what they came for, they're moving on.
Okay, so how do you combat that? How do you keep them on the hook for more?
Easy. Don't end it. Instead of winding down, transition into teasing your next T video, almost like a cliffhanger.
Ooh, I like that. Instead of a conclusion, you're creating this seamless flow into the next piece of content.
Bingo. You want to trigger that just one more feeling, right? Say something like, this next part is crucial. So I made a whole video diving deeper into it. Click right here to watch it next.
It's like creating a binge-watching experience. Keeps people engaged and coming back for more.
Precisely. And it signals to YouTube that your content is super engaging, which, guess what, can lead to even more visibility.
So we're aiming for watch time, engagement, not just views, huh?
You got it.
Yeah.
But while you're building this bin-worthy stuff, remember, ultimately, you want those views to convert to clients, right?
Right. Views are nice, but we're in business to grow. So how do we bridge that gap?
Strategy. Every few videos, mix it up. Instead of transitioning to another video, do a direct call to action. Tell them about your services, invite them to book a call, or point them to a specific resource.
So we're weaving those calls to action in strategically, nudging those viewers towards becoming clients.
Exactly. But even when you do that call to action, don't make it feel like an ending. It's not a conclusion. It's just the next step in their journey with you.
I see. It's about constantly moving forward, adding value, guiding that audience towards deeper engagement. Now, you mentioned earlier that this YouTube expert, he has this whole system for turning views into paying clients. A secret sauce, he calls it, that transforms views into a flood of high-paying clients. Tell me more.
He teases a 7-step system that's all about organic growth. No need for expensive ads or gimmicky marketing. It's about leveraging your content and that audience connection to attract clients naturally.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Can we get a sneak peek? What's the magic formula?
Unfortunately, he doesn't reveal it all in this video, but he does point people to a blog post where he breaks down the 7 steps in detail. No worries, though. We've got a link to that blog right there in the episode description.
Awesome. So while we can't reveal all 7 steps right here, can we give our listeners at least a taste of why this system is so effective?
Absolutely. It's all about creating that clear pathway for your viewers, guiding them from just discovering your content to actually becoming loyal, paying clients.
I like that. It's less about chasing views and more about fostering that genuine connection with your audience.
Bingo. And the first few steps really emphasize, establishing your authority, building that trust. That means putting out high-quality content consistently, content that provides real value to your viewers.
So it's about becoming that trusted resource in your niche, right?
Yeah.
Demonstrating your expertise and showing that you actually genuinely care about helping your audience.
Exactly. And then as you build that trust, you can start strategically incorporating those calls to action, right? Guiding them towards the next steps. Maybe it's joining your email list, downloading something free, or booking a consultation.
It's that gradual process of nurturing those relationships, right? And ultimately leading them to becoming clients, but without feeling pushy or salesy.
Exactly. You're giving so much value up front that people naturally want to work with you.
It makes sense. It's like building a community around your content and then letting those relationships kind of grow organically from there.
That's the core of it. And as you move through those 7 steps, you can start incorporating more personalized strategies, email marketing, retargeting, all that good stuff to really stay top of mind and nurture those leads.
So it's a multifaceted approach then. It blends your YouTube content with other marketing channels to create that seamless experience for your audience.
You got it. Building a system that works for you, even when you're not actively creating content.
This 7-step system sounds amazing. It feels like such a holistic approach, right? It prioritizes relationships, value, and it guides your audience towards becoming those loyal clients.
And the best part? It's all done organically. By focusing on that high quality content that your audience actually connects with, you attract those clients naturally. No need for expensive ads or, like you said, gimmicky marketing tactics.
That is great news for anyone starting out with a smaller channel, right? It sounds like this system could really level the playing field for a lot of people.
Absolutely. This algorithm shift is creating so much opportunity, and everyone truly has a chance to succeed as long as they're putting in the work and creating amazing content.
I'm inspired to dive deeper into this system myself. But before we move on, I want to touch on something you mentioned earlier, the mindset needed for YouTube success.
Ah, yes. Mindset is key. Why? It's not enough to just get the technical stuff down. You got to have the right attitude, the right approach.
Our YouTube expert really emphasizes patience and persistence,
Yeah.
right? Building a successful channel takes time, effort, dedication. It's not going to happen overnight, right?
It's just like anything else worthwhile, right? You got to be in it for the long haul. You got to consistently put in that work, even when you're not seeing results right away.
He also highlights the importance of experimentation, right?
Mhm.
YouTube's always changing, so you got to be adaptable, willing to tweak your strategies as you go.
It's all about continuous learning and improvement. Analyze your data, see what's working, what's not, and just be willing to adjust your approach.
And maybe most importantly, he stresses authenticity. Being yourself, letting your personality shine through, and genuinely connecting with your audience. That's what sets you apart.
Totally. People crave authenticity. They want to connect with real people, people they can trust, not someone trying to be something they're not.
So it's not about just blindly following trends. It's about letting your unique voice, your perspective, shine through in your content.
That's what resonates. That's what builds a loyal following, people who genuinely connect with you.
Before we jump into part 2, where we'll be exploring some of these concepts in even more detail, I want to leave our listener with this. Success on YouTube, it's a journey, not a destination.
I love that. Such a great way to put it.
It's about consistently creating quality content, building those relationships, and, embracing patience, persistence, and authenticity along the way.
And remember, all the resources we've talked about, that 7-step system included, they're all available to you. So take what you've learned and start taking action.
We'll be back soon with more insights and inspiration to help you take your YouTube channel to the next level. And we're back, diving even deeper into YouTube success. Last time we were talking about how YouTube's algorithm is like opening doors for smaller creators, right? And we kind of left off with, well, a little bit of a cliffhanger talking about that 7-step system.
Oh, yeah, that secret sauce for turning views into actual paying clients. I'm ready to unpack this thing, so let's go.
No more teasing. Where can we find this formula?
Well, remember our YouTube expert, he laid this whole system out on his blog. We put the link right in the episode description, so go check it out.
Perfect. So we can't reveal all 7 steps here, but can we at least give our listeners a taste of why this system is so effective?
Absolutely. It's like creating this clear path, right, for your viewers, guiding them from, first discovering your content all the way to becoming those loyal clients.
I like that. Less about chasing views and more about, really fostering a genuine connection with your audience.
Yeah, and those first few steps, they really focus on establishing your authority, building that trust, consistently delivering high quality content that actually provides real value to those viewers.
So becoming that trusted resource in your niche, right?
Yeah.
Showcasing your expertise and showing that you genuinely care about helping them.
You got it. And as that trust builds, then you can start strategically incorporating those calls to action, right? Guiding them to take those next steps, maybe join your email list, download a free resource, book a consultation, whatever it is.
So it's a gradual thing, right? Nurturing those relationships and ultimately leading them to become clients, but without being pushy or salesy about it.
Exactly. You're providing so much value up front that they naturally want to work with you.
That makes total sense.
Mhm.
It's like building a community around your content and then letting those relationships grow organically from there.
Exactly. And then as you move through those 7 steps, you can start layering in more personalized stuff like, email marketing, retargeting to stay top of mind, and keep nurturing those leads.
So it becomes a multifaceted approach, right? Blending your YouTube content with other marketing to create that seamless experience.
Bingo. building a system that works for you, even when you're not actively creating new content.
This 7-step system sounds awesome. It really feels like such a holistic approach, prioritizing relationships, value, and like guiding your audience to actually become clients.
And the best part, it's organic. Focusing on quality content, stuff your audience connects with, you attract clients naturally, no expensive ads, no gimmicky marketing tactics.
Such good news for anyone starting with a smaller channel, right? This system could really level the playing field.
Absolutely. This algorithm shift, it's creating so much opportunity, and really, anyone can succeed as long as they're putting in the work, creating amazing content.
I'm inspired to dig into this system myself. But before we move on, I got to touch on something you mentioned earlier, the mindset needed for all this YouTube success.
Oh yeah, mindset is huge EE. It's not enough to just know the technical stuff, got to have that right attitude, that right approach.
Our expert really stressed patience and persistence,
Right.
right? Building a channel takes time, effort, dedication. This doesn't happen overnight.
Just like anything worthwhile, right? You got to be in it for the long haul. Consistent work, even when you're not seeing immediate results.
And you talked about experimenting too, right? YouTube's constantly changing, so you got to be adaptable, tweaking your strategies as you go.
It's a constant process. Learning, improving, analyze your data, see what's working, what's not, and just be willing to adjust.
And maybe most importantly, he emphasized authenticity. Being yourself, letting your personality through, genuinely connecting with your audience, that's what really sets you apart.
Totally. People want that authenticity. They want to connect with real people they can trust, not someone trying to be something they're not.
So it's not about just blindly chasing trends then. It's about letting your unique voice, your perspective, shine through in your content.
That's what resonates. That's what builds a loyal following, people connecting with you.
Before we jump into part 3, where we'll explore these concepts even more, I want to leave our listener with this. Success on YouTube. It's a journey, not a destination.
Love that. Perfect way to put it.
It's about that consistent creation of quality content, building those relationships, and embracing that patience, that persistence, and that authenticity every step of the way.
And hey, remember all those resources we've talked about, that 7-step system too? They're all there for you. So take what you've learned and start taking action.
We'll be back soon with more insights and inspiration to help you level up that YouTube channel. We're back. Final part of our deep dive here. Can you believe how much we've covered already?
It's been quite a ride. From that algorithm shift to leveling the playing field to those, what was it for, right? Essential elements for those attention-grabbing videos.
And who could forget that 7-step system for, well, turning views into paying clients? Still got me thinking.
It's a powerful framework, no doubt. But there's this one thing we haven't really dug into yet, and our expert, he says it's crucial for making the most of this whole algorithm shift.
Okay, lay it on me. What's the missing piece?
It's all about transitions, specifically how you end your videos. Might seem small, but trust me, huge impact on growth.
You mentioned that before, right? Not doing the typical wrap-up. What's the strategy there?
YouTube's goal. Keep people on YouTube as long as possible. Binge watching, jumping from video to video without leaving.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Longer they stay, more ads, more money for YouTube.
Bingo. So if your content keeps people hooked, clicking watch next, you're telling YouTube, hey, this is good stuff, promote it.
It's not just about views for one video then. It's about this chain reaction, keeping them glued.
Exactly. And that's where transitions come in. Instead of ending with a conclusion, a summary, thanks for watching, you start teasing the next video as the current one's winding down.
Like a cliffhanger almost.
Yes. Make it feel like you're about to reveal something big, then say, this next part, super important. I made a whole video on it. Click right here to watch.
It's all about anticipation, right?
Yeah.
That urge to click and keep watching.
And the beauty, you're increasing watch time A&D, telling YouTube your content is so good, people are watching multiple videos in a row.
Win-win. Better for viewers and better for your visibility on YouTube.
Absolutely. This one little shift can make a huge difference.
I'm sold. I'm totally trying this out. Keeps that momentum going.
And while you're doing that, don't forget to sprinkle in those calls to action. Turn those viewers into clients.
Right. We were talking about adding those in every few videos.
Yep. Maybe every 4th, 5th video, instead of teasing another one, you do a direct call to action. Talk about your services, offer a free consultation, something like that.
Finding that balance, right, between the binge watching and AD, strategically nudging them to become clients.
Exactly. It feels natural, not pushy or salesy. You're giving so much value, people want to work with you.
I love that approach. Relationships, authenticity, those are key.
Couldn't agree more. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's a final thought.
Yeah.
Algorithms changing, sure, but the fundamentals stay the same. Quality content, consistency, authenticity, and that willingness to learn and adapt.
Great advice. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. We've got tons of resources in the episode description, including that link to the 7-step system.
So take what you've learned and go for it. The opportunity is there.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone. We'll be back soon with more insights and inspiration to help you crush those YouTube goals.
Until then, keep creating, keep learning, and push the boundaries of what's possible on YouTube.